about 10 o'clock out in Standard, and about 3 miles into what I'm estimated to be about a 15-mile day, in a couple different environments. I'll step aside here in a moment. We'll be able to see the valley floor, which is a lot of farmlands, a lot of agriculture. Got the Malheur River running through it. A lot of different types of foliage, greenery. Well, I'll pan around here for a moment, but it's amazing how this environment goes from definitely a high desert, very dry, and then drops into the valley floor, where there's quite a bit of water. I'm expecting a couple river crossings today. I'm going to pan around here. I wanted to stop this morning and kind of go over some gear that I brought with me today. Some stuff I want to try out. I have a number of cameras and some waterproof ones. Should be interesting for the water crossings. I bought a ghillie suit. It's just fresh out of the bag, so we'll be doing some prepping on that, matching it to the environment. I'm still not sure if I'm going to match it to the high desert environment or that valley floor. It's kind of meant for more of a desert environment, so I'll probably match it to the sagebrush and the grasslands around here. But so I'll pan around. We can take a look at just south, actually probably southwest of Vail, Oregon. I love the open desert. I spent a lot of time out here, and it's you can just see forever. Pretty lucky today, weekend I chose to. It's been like I said, it's 10 o'clock, but it's the 13th of July, and usually we just had a break. It should be in the 90s today. Last week it was well within the hundreds, and then next week it's actually within a few days it's supposed to be back up into 100 again. So kind of got lucky in that fact. So I'm packing a 3-day pack. We'll go through that. A couple bladders, of course all the regular gear that I usually pack. Good first aid kit, snake bite stuff, a rifle, Glock. Just trying to mimic is getting out here and pushing myself, see what I can endure. I can definitely tell you that a few days on the treadmill doesn't prepare you for this. But anyway, I'll shut up and we'll pan around and we'll go through some gear. Okay, I guess we'll start with my trusty rifle. It's a BMC AR-15 carbine. Bravo company. I just can't even think of it now. They're really some really great stuff. I went ahead and just did a Duracoat, kind of a tiger stripe desert colors. And it's a Trijicon ACOG with the RMR red dot on the top of it. I absolutely love that scope. It's great. That optic is fantastic for both short range with the RMR on top. It's all fiber optics. I basically just covered it with some of that kind of desert colored wrap. Do more than it does. A little camouflaging. It's a little different color than the rifle itself, but it definitely protects it from the environment. Sometimes I'm out here, not that it really needs it, because it's tough. It'll do it. It's taken, I've had it for a while now. 30 round PMag. I have as you can see, I kind of had to improvise. I knew I was going to have a couple water crossings today, so I thought, I went looking for a black balloon or something like that, and couldn't find it. Kind of forgot about it, and ended up swiping one of my daughter's balloons this morning. Sorry about that, Addie. Dad will replace that when he gets home. I really like this sling setup. It's a Vickers Combat sling. I really like it because I can wear it in multiple different positions. You know, I can swing it behind me. I can, you know, put it right up in front. You know, if I'm actually doing some active shooting, it's a great sling. Anyway, so that's rifle. I'll move over here. All right, pack. Well, speaking of that ACOG, comes with a really nice Pelican case. So that's when I went ahead and just packed my my camera gear in today. Now I've got the waterproof enclosures and stuff inside the pack. We'll take a look at those here in a moment. But how about some, you know, they're a little inexpensive. These are Emerson, you know, but they're all high def cams. These Emersons are okay. I had the choice between the GoPro or whatever and the Action Pro. You know, it's still a high definition camera. It's a little cheaper, but it's been taking some great video so far, and it comes with a little LCD plug-in that you can plug in and see your video. And then I have a couple extra batteries for my Sony that I'm actually taking this video with now. It all fits in that really nice watertight ACOG container. So in the Pelican, that was awesome. Spoke a little bit ago about ghillie suit. So we'll throw that over there for a second, go through some other stuff, and probably come back out and lay that out and try to figure out how I'm going to match it with this environment out here. Takes a little while. Don't want to get in a hurry because 15 miles isn't that far for an entire day. I'm not supposed to beat my ride until probably midnight, 1 o'clock a.m. And I definitely want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine and partner. We run Oregon Trail Gun Company together. Mr. Alan McConaughey, thank you very much for the ride this morning. And hopefully I'm in the time and place we designated to have a ride home. If not, I am prepared to spend the night, but you know, I guess we'll see. It's pretty forgiving. It's not very cold, and it's, you know, other than the bugs and the rocks, it's really no big deal. Not too many natural predators out here. You know, you'll have coyote. There is, you know, definitely mountain lion in the area, but I've spent a lot of time out here, and I don't remember the last time I actually seen one, so not too worried about that. Mostly rattlesnake is probably the biggest, you know, worry out here, other than just, you know, physical injury and being out here for a while. And you know, but you know, being smart about your trips. I explained my plan to at least a couple different people. We have a, you know, designated pickup spot and time. So, and I know this area really well. I have, you know, some good gear, you know, and I think this preparation comes into play here. You know, you come prepared for the environments. You'll see as we start going through this, I knew I was going to have water crossings today, so I've got a number of plastic bags and some other stuff to really be ready for whatever comes my way. So, along with pushing 200 rounds of AR-15, probably 50, 75 rounds of 45 for my Glock. You know, we'll do some shooting today. I don't know the last time that I actually zeroed. It's been a while since I've this rifle and this optic, so I've got to return to zero mount on it from LaRue Tactical. Works really well. I could take it on and off, and it's really close returns to zero, so not too much worried about it. But we'll do some zeroing on it just to make sure we're on. But back to the pack. Open it up here a little bit, and just for the pouch, you'll see that, you know, matches, small little tool for some adjusting some things. I did bring, I guess I should actually show you what I'm doing here. You know, just some bug spray, tools, matches, and I kind of wanted to try some of this FX, you know, this camo FX out. Put it on at the house, and gosh, it worked great. Of course, you know, never leave home without the important papers. And so I got a couple different, you know, color combinations, you know, which is good. And let's see, glow stick. Alan and I, we use this, you know, flint and steel, basically for starting fires. It works great. Thought I'd just bring it with me, you know, just in case. Kind of, it's only adds just a few ounces of pack weight. Glow stick. Come back here. Anyway, of course, another acquisition here that I made this recently. Really like this. K-Bar, a pretty prevalent name in knives. Good 8-inch Tonto style blade. Having a little trouble getting it, you know, it's kind of long, so it's kind of hard to get, you know, I'm not a real tall guy, so, you know, if I've got it on my thigh or something like that on the side, when I'm bending down, it's almost past, you know, unless I carry it real high, it's kind of hard, sticks down past my knee. So I just threw it in the pack for this because last night I kind of ran out of time and wasn't sure where I was going to mount it. So if this actually hits YouTube or anywhere else, and somebody has some thoughts on that, it would be great. I know it has some great mounting hoops here for, you know, for some this type of strap or whatever. But anyway, just had some issues there. I mentioned a little while ago that I brought a bag. It's kind of one of your waterproofing bag that, you know, this is from a great place that we do a lot of purchasing from, the Outdoorsman, which is in Ontario, Oregon. They have a lot of different types of styles of gear, from, you know, the water stuff to hunting, fishing, all kinds of very wide variety of stuff. Great people, very knowledgeable. But anyway, I just thought I'd pack that just in case I didn't, you know, it's big enough that that I can put my boots in it or something like that if I chose to do it. You know, I've got my camera gear pretty well stowed away, but that's kind of interesting. You know, we'll span around here and watch this. This is another thing. In our environment, I'm above the level of that airplane, crop duster. It's probably returning to the, if you can see him. Oh yeah, he's coming in. The Vail Airport, just south of Vail. It's right down there. He looks like he's landing. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so like I said, kind of a waterproof bag. Didn't have any specific, you know, didn't have any specific uses for it or plans for it, but it's kind of nice to have. So I have another little bag in here that, you know, I just basically, this is what I usually carry the camera I'm using now, my little Sony handy, you know, whatever the hell this is. Yeah, whatever it is. We use this camera a lot, but you know, it's just basically the watertight enclosures, you know, a small little tripod and some other stuff. So last night, I wasn't sure if I was going to be spending the night or not, but last night my family and I, we had one of our favorites is red beans and rice, and what I did is I just basically took the leftovers and flattened them out in a bag, and I froze them. And then I'm laying them in. I don't know if you can kind of see. I can see in there now. I have 2 bladders in there. I think they're 80 ounces of water apiece. And so what I did is I just, you know, take these. You know, they're both frozen. There's 2. I think those are gallon-sized bags. Flatten them out, froze them, and so it keeps my water cold, kind of cool. And then also, you know, if I was going to be out here for days, definitely would need to eat this, you know, fairly soon. But they're frozen, so they'll easily last, you know, all day, and especially kind of buried in that pack. And then, you know, if I was going to either, you know, do a lunch, I could just lay this out and within no time. And it's all cooked and everything, and so I wouldn't even really need to heat it. I could just eat it right out of the bag. You know, pretty easy. That with the rice and the beans and all that stuff, it has a lot of great carbs, you know, quick energy, as well as some, you know, cooked hamburger and some other vegetables in there, which, you know, proteins and stuff. So it's pretty quick and easy. Great way to reuse. It's just another way of thinking about, hey, how can I do this and what makes sense, and how can I do one action to equate to multiple benefits. And I think this is a good one. Anyway, so I'll set that out there. Just a big red ant. I brought 2 of them. And, you know, I very rarely go anywhere with this. It's, you know, something that, you know, we use these in, you know, many a long time ago in the Scouts. But gosh, I've used it. I've purified water with it. You know, as you can kind of see, it has a good reflective surface if I needed to. I mean, it's just like, again, you have one device that, you know, heating water, purifying. It has a couple cups in it. If you've been in the outdoors much, you've seen these, and they really work good. They're very compact. Has a couple cups. I didn't really know how much water and what kind of environment that I was going to get, so I really like this Impro 7 cleaning kit. I've added a bunch of stuff to it. I have some of the stuff specifically for you know, my rifle and my 45. It's really great. It's got a good case to it. I think the products are excellent. I've been using them for a while now. They were, you know, I was referred to this by a trainer that I took some training from. Anyway, it's great. I love the case. I've added some stuff to it. I have some cloths and stuff. I don't know. We might break that open just to see, but it's nothing special. If you've done much cleaning on your AR, you've pretty much seen everything in it. And then, of course, you know, because I don't know, some extra bags. You know, it's just plastic bags. I mean, you know, it's a lot of this stuff can at least keep something from getting saturated wet. So, you know, if I really wanted to take something and put it in there, and you know, I'm a big believer in, if you pack it in, you better pack it out. So, you know, it makes for a good garbage bag I can throw on the back. You know, so I would, if I ate those, I'd have some garbage, and actually I could clean them out and use them. But anyway, just some you know, frame of thought behind that. Let me get this zipped up so I'm not losing stuff. I'll set you down over here. Sit. Alright, so see most of that, see most of the inside. So front compartment. Of course, you know, couldn't find my actually pack spoons, so again, I'm sorry, Michelle, I swiped a spoon from the kitchen. I just kind of wanted to, it's been a long time because I'm kind of used to the digital world, and so I have a lot of digital maps. You know, my topo is a great, has really good data for this area. You can really see contours of land. I mean, you can see aerial views or topo views, and it's great. But sometimes it's just really nice. I wasn't thinking about this in the last moment, so I didn't really go buy a map for it, but I really know this area. I know my directions and stuff, but thought I'd just bring it, a compass, just for giggles, if you will. I usually have this. This is a little, you know, combat light. I usually have it mounted, you know, on a weapon, but I had it on my tactical shotgun at home, and I could not, for the life of me, find my my rail mount light for my rifle. So it just got thrown in the pack. It's a great light, very reliable, and it has the strobe feature and a lot of the other features that I kind of want to mess with tonight. So we'll move to some of the side pockets. Let's see, it's in this one. Oh yeah. Tonight I kind of wanted to do some maybe some night shooting, and so I really like my Oakleys, but they're a little dark at night, so I just went ahead and brought some of those. Again, compliments of a good friend of mine, Alan McConaughey. Thank you. Of course, I couldn't, this is what I normally run. I really like these. These things are awesome. These little sporters. You know, sound amplification. They're small. They're compact. They really work well, but not in water. So I'm gonna have to be careful with these when I get start shooting. If I'm gonna be, thought I would do some of those water crossings even maybe tonight. So I wasn't sure, but gonna have to be careful with those. And because I wanted to do some other stuff, this is a really nice rangefinder from Leopold. I can't remember the model number. There it is. You can see it's the RX1000i. This thing's great. Gives you, all kinds of data to go by. But love it. So it's kind of helps me once I start ranging, because with the ACOG, it's totally based on the 223 caliber. So I can range, I'm starting at about 300 yards and back. I'm fairly with that rifle and that optic out to about 400 or 500 yards. It's really effective. So let's throw some of this other stuff back in here. Now please don't take that as that, yes, I can shoot that out there, the 400 to 500 yards, but with unless I'm shooting a real heavy bullet, which I didn't really bring any of my match rounds. I'm running all either a 55 or 62 grain, and it really starts to lose a lot of its feet per second and just foot pounds, out past that 300 yard mark. So even though I can hit steel or hit a target and be fairly accurate with it, is that a real effective round out past that far? I don't think so. We run some 308s that absolutely just it's a great round for out past at that range, at 400, 500, 600 yard range. But that 223, I can, I'm accurate out there. I'm shooting at you. If you're wearing any kind of protection, though, you keep your attention. But as far as really knockdown power for any kind of hunting or tactical usage, it's a little light. But if you run in this realm at all, you already know that. So again, it kind of goes back to preparation. I believe that it's very important to run, especially when I'm out here by myself. You just never know what's going to happen, so I run a really a nice, be prepared. Run a good, first aid kit, trauma kit. This one, runs really well. We have some compresses, some tourniquets, scissors. I could even probably stitch a wound out here if I really needed to. That wouldn't be a lot of fun, but I always find that if I bring this stuff out here, well, I've never ever had to use it. But maybe I'm a little superstitious in saying that it's because I have it. Anyway, so that's some of the stuff I'm running. I'm going to go ahead and get packed back up. Probably find an open space around here at about 100 yards and run a few rounds. I'll probably go ahead and video that and kind of get ready for the day. Like I said, it's running right about 10:30 now. It's a nice westerly breeze, just a few miles per hour, maybe probably less than 5. Temperatures probably pushing into the high 70s to low 80s. Currently I'd still probably say high 70s. Expecting probably around that 4 or 5 time frame for it to push into the low 90s. So I kind of want to be down into some of the foliage and near the water, by the end of that day, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So I can start that. They're going to start, we still have sunlight here in July. I mean, it's still light enough probably at 9:30 or 10 o'clock to still take video. So I'm not really that much in a hurry. But anyway, we'll get rolling.